Hello, my relatives. Hello, my cousins, my deadlies. How's everyone doing the last 2 weeks? Because we're grounded now. We will, but whoa, that was a bit of a ride. I just want to check in on everyone, and I have a few things that I want to share with y'all that might be able to help some of y'all, so I'm just going to jump right into it. So during all these energetic shifts, you're probably going to hear me repeat a lot of the same things. And I'm just I'm finding more branches of a lot of the stuff I'm repeating. So you'll hear some of them. But yeah, so helping yourself stay grounded during all these energetic shifts and all these waves. They're coming in waves where it's just holy shit, all right, we're in it, okay, there's no fucking seatbelts, all right, all we got are the tools that we have, that we've learned to kind of help us anchor ourselves. So that's the next thing I wanted to talk about was find an anchor. Develop a connection with the higher source, with spirit, with creator, with your ancestors. I mean, if you're an atheist, well, then you're kind of on your own. I don't know. That would be very interesting, having a conversation with an atheist. Yeah, just to hear their perspective and shit. But yeah. So find an anchor. Help yourself develop a connection with source. Praying, smudging. Even when I'm in a bath, I'll light a candle, and I'll even just I'll kind of talk to the fire spirit and stuff. And even just looking at yourself in the mirror and talking to yourself like you're your higher self, or sometimes your higher self will come through, and sometimes that shit gets trippy. Or even when I'm journaling, sometimes higher source, or when I'm channeling, I'm not I'm writing, but it's not me writing. And some of this shit, it's I'm having a dialogue with myself, or a conversation with myself, or with spirit, or whoever is whoever I'm opening up to, and shit gets pretty interesting, pretty fun. But yeah, if you're not into journaling or writing, talking to yourself in the mirror, checking in on yourself, how are you? Doing those personal check-ins, just to help you stay sane, help you stay a little bit grounded. Resting, lots of water again, and slow down. Pace yourself, because like I mentioned before, we're at the integration stage right now. So this shit can't be rushed, okay? What we're going through can't be rushed. So it's just okay. Yeah. So is it just me, or does anyone else feel like we're in the calm before the storm? Shit's about to pop off, and your spirit guides are telling you get as much rest as you can right now, because pretty soon you're gonna need the energy for where you're going, or what's coming, or where you're going. Where you're going, or what's coming. Okay, all right. But yeah, so anchoring yourself. There are multiple ways to anchor yourself. Again, feeling your emotions. But what does that mean, feeling your emotions? Yes, over there. Yes, very good. Feeling your emotions is allowing space for your emotions to flow, because you can't let that shit, you got to express, not repress, all right? You can't let that shit sit inside you, or you're just going to get sick and you're just getting all cramped and shit. I don't know. But it's just purging, all right? Purge whatever is coming through, because whatever is coming through wants to be dealt with so that it can get the fuck out of the way and make room for what's coming for you, right? All the blessings, all the gifts, all the good shit, So purging can look like all of a sudden just bursting out into tears and crying. Hopefully you're in a safe space and you're not driving while this is happening. Purging can also be all of a sudden just having the urge to scream into your pillow, and dancing all of a sudden, music making you feel a certain type of way, singing. The purging is necessary. It can be messy, okay? Feeling your emotions can be messy, because that's the first, that's a step towards healing. And to be quite honest, to be quite fair, not a lot of people want to do the fucking work. Not a lot of people want to feel what they're feeling, or they'll distract themselves, or they'll numb it or ignore it, and that shit, you're just building a volcano, right? That shit's just gonna pop off in the most inconvenient space and time, and it just, I pray you find the courage to begin your healing journey, because just acknowledging what you're feeling, or acknowledging that like you feel a type of certain way, is the first step towards feeling your emotions. It's just the first step towards one of the first steps towards healing. And yes, healing fucking hurts, all right? It's messy, it's ugly, but it feels so fucking good afterwards. You ever like have such a motherfucking good cry and you just feel so good about it afterwards? Like, that, like, it's, you're releasing, all right? You're purging, you want to get that shit out. And a lot of people don't want to. Like, I know a few people, just in my own personal experience, they get so fucking triggered, and they don't want to feel what's trying to come up, because yes, it's reliving certain memories and reliving certain scenarios, traumas and shit. And it's reliving, and it's in a way kind of re-traumatizing if you're not aware, or if you're not letting those feelings come up with intention, because the person you were when you were going through what you were going through is different than the person you are now, looking back and One sec. Looking back and acknowledging that what you went through at the time you went through wasn't your fucking fault. You're going back to validate yourself and say, hey, you didn't fucking deserve to go through that. You didn't deserve any of that treatment, that abuse, that bullying, trauma, whatever that was that went through. You didn't deserve any of that. And it's just reclaiming your power back, calling your spirit back. It is scary, and it does hurt. So just, I get it, but going through everything that you've gone through, all that shit that broke you down and cracked you open, allows the light to, that's a nice image. So I'm just seeing the silhouette and cracks like a doll with light shining in, but also for your light to for your light to radiate out, and your light will it will repel, but it will also retract. Yes, it'll also attract. Yes. Okay, that can be another video. I can dive deep into that. But yes, it's breaking down to let the light in, but also for your light to radiate outwards. That can, in a way, protect yourself, because they'll just repel all like the shadows, you know? But yeah, just also remembering, understanding that a lot of people don't want to do the healing work because it is reliving. For example, if you're Indigenous and you've had your grandparents or parents that went through residential school, think of it as waves. The first wave were like your grandparents, or like the people that trigger warning guys. that went through the residential schools, the 60 scoop and all that, think of it as like the first wave that took the most hits, took the hardest hits. If you're an older sibling out of multiple siblings and you took the most beatings, you'll know what I mean. You'll know what I mean. Before your parents started to heal. Think of your parents and your aunts and uncles as the second wave, your grandparents as the first wave, and we're like the third wave. Three's my favorite number. We're the third wave where the times are a little bit different now, where we have more rights and freedoms than our ancestors did, especially the ones that passed over. And they, oh wow, okay. Let me see if I can, and they want, your ancestors on the other side, oh wow, whew. They're excited for us right now and so proud of us right now because we are their prayers come true. We are where they have fought for us to be. And so remember, when you have family members or you meet people, especially like the older, like from the first or second wave, hold empathy and compassion for them, understanding, patience, if they don't choose to do the work. Because at this point, they just need love, you guys. You know, my cousins, they just need love. When you keep in mind that not everyone wants to do the work, and when you understand that that's their choice, because we live on planet Earth where we all have free will, and it is a dense planet. There are lots of heavy energies, lots of distractions to kind of keep us in the dark. But with everyone stepping into their power and shining their light, think of the dense negative energies as like an evil spirit, or think of it as like a dark entity that is trying to engulf us, trying to eat us, trying to swallow us, trying to like cast a shadow over us so that we don't shine our light. When you look at the negative energies as like a dark entity like that, it'll kind of evoke this warrior spirit within you to kind of stand in your power and be like, no. All right, I'm a shine my motherfucking light. All right, I don't care who it trigger, because shining your light means standing in your truth, in your authenticity. And for the people that are choosing not to, it's gonna fucking trigger them. All right, it's gonna there's gonna be confrontation, and we're in the year of the snake, so we're gonna be. A lot of people are gonna like fucking like snap at each other and shit, but like as long as you're coming from a place of compassion and like truth and just coming from a place of love, like you'll be fine. And you know, we might have to take a couple hits here and there, but like we're gonna be okay. So stabilize your energy by grounding yourself. You will help stabilize the energy, and these are the light workers, the warrior spirits that I'm talking to, the spiritual frontline workers. When you ground yourself, your energy, you're helping to stabilize the energy that's on the planet. And it helps others to catch up to the ones that are strong and like holding the line strong, you know? Because whether we try to ignore it or distract ourselves from the rising frequency, it's happening. All right. We're already here. Like it's here. All right. And, when you anchor your light and stay as grounded as possible, you serve the world by being you. Even just your presence will make an impact. All right. So continue to challenge the darkness, the negativity, and it'll come up in all sorts of ways. It'll come up like through people from your old life that want to help you stay, like that's trying to keep you staying. The people that are not wanting to do the work are going to try and keep you in the lower energies, and this is where you're going to have to lay down. This is where you're going to have to apply and practice your boundary setting and be like, nah, all right, I'm going this way. Okay, I'm choosing to choose yourself every motherfucking damn time. Bet on yourself. Bet all the money on yourself, all right? Like, I don't gamble. The only thing I gamble with is my life and myself. So, like recently I've been telling some friends, like, what do you want? Like, I'm busy. Like, I can't afford to just hang out and do nothing and sit there. Like, no, I'm working. I have a lot of work to do. Okay. If you're not wanting to level up yourself or upgrade your life or evolve, I'm sorry, but I'm fucking leaving you behind. Like, don't fucking annoy me. Like, I'm getting to the point, like, if I get one more call from that friend or that person, I'm gonna lay it out. Be like, yo, like, I'm sorry, but like, we don't align anymore, and like, you're kind of fucking annoying me. All right, so stop calling me to hang out and do nothing, because I got a lot of fucking work to do. So now, how do you stay grounded? How to stay grounded? And I'll repeat, it's gonna get a little repetitive. Feel your emotions, allow them to come up, give them space. This is the purging. You'll know when you're purging, okay? You'll know when you're like, rah, when you want to rage and shit. Pray to a higher source, build that connection, talk to your ancestors, put an altar up with like a candle and a picture, and just commune with spirit and a higher power. And surrender and say, please show me the way. Please guide me. But you got to listen. You got to look for the signs. When you ask for that, your ancestors are always, your spirit guides are always sending you signs, feathers, numbers, like even change. I know there's a lot of change coming. When I find a lot of change on the ground or just everywhere, I'm like, oh, there's a change. I'm finding a quarter here, and then I'll count all my coins later, and they're like, oh yeah, I got $2. But like, no, it's just they're sending you signs. You gotta keep an eye out for that and for that shit. They can only do so much from the other side, and it takes a lot of energy for them to come through. Okay, so helping them come through is having even an altar with candles and sitting there throughout the day. And if you sit at your altar at the same place, or sit at a spot, or in the teepee. I love visiting home, because whenever I'm at home at my mom's, I like every night I'm making a fire, because first of all, she has all these logs everywhere and it's just taking up all this room. I'm like, shit, like, we gotta burn this. But that just means like time for prayer, time for communing with spirit, sitting with my family and around the fire. There were beehives. There was a beehive somewhere in a teepee once, and we had my nephew's birthday, and all the kids were getting stung. I was like, shit, like, I'm picking the kids up, like, run! Come on, let's go! It was cute. It was scary for them. It was kind of sad and cute, because they were all, like, screaming in front of you. So, oh my god. But yeah. And don't worry if you miss the signs when you ask for like guidance, when you ask for like your spirit guides to like, yo, pull through, all right? Like, your cousin needs you. Like, I'm calling him for reinforcements. When you look for the signs and you miss them, like, don't worry. They're gonna keep sending the signs until you get them, okay? So don't worry about if you miss them. You'll notice a pattern, like a cycle, like repetition. Oh, I keep finding this. Oh, I keep finding feathers. Oh, I keep finding, like, oh, I keep seeing these 333 or 444, like numbers or license plate. License plate will say like a word or something, like, yeah. Or it'll just, you won't miss them, okay? They'll keep coming through. And because we're at a tipping point right now, collectively, globally, the new earth, the new world, that like the new way, the new what I call it, is here. Okay. And there's no going back to the old ways. Okay. Like a lot of old structures are crumbling and have been for a while now it's just getting louder and more obvious, more in your face, because the energy's saying like, hey, we don't got time to fucking like numb and ignore this shit. Okay, we got work to do. Okay, like there's a lot of change coming. Like when I was saying the calm before the storm, like we're in winter now. Winter's a time for like introspection and like slowing down, because once summer and spring and summer like comes around, like shit, like the energy, like it's gonna be more sunny out, so there's just gonna be more energy and shit. So like I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen in spring and summer. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. And like, so yeah, there's only we're only going forward from here. There's only like, shit's gonna get messy before things get better, like always. So it's just preparing. Listen to your body and preparing for those times, because we are growing individually. As long as you're making the choice to grow and the choice to clean up your life in all aspects, like mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, like your environments, your connections with people, the way you connect with people, the way you can feel when you're thinking differently, because you'll start to move differently, you'll start to like act differently, behave differently. You'll notice you like certain things, like you'll just want a revamp. You'll just want to declutter and like just get rid of a lot of things that you just don't like align with anymore or vibrate with anymore. So you're just cleaning up, decluttering. And as a collective, like globally, I think I feel we're all there, but like we're all on Bambi legs, because like going into the new, starting anything new, it feels like you're on Bambi legs, because it's like learning to walk again. So we're gonna be a little like bumpy. We're gonna like fall down a few times in the beginning, but once you build a foundation and you build a momentum, it'll get easier. Like everyone, like to become like the world's greatest kickboxer or whatever, you gotta start with the basics, and then you gotta learn. There's a process, okay? There's a process, and you can't rush it. Like you gotta go through the stages. So remember when I was saying that the frequencies are rising? Your body will guide you. Your body will let you know what you need. If you need more rest, if you need more, and drink lots of water, okay? Staying hydrated during this integration stage is very important. So that means no sugar, no Pepsi, okay? No caffeine is a huge one, because caffeine is a stimulator. We want to be grounded in our bodies. So like when you're drinking caffeine, that's just gonna make it harder for you. Okay, no drugs and alcohol, like that should be a no-brainer. But yeah, so just caffeine. I'm gonna reiterate, no caffeine. Okay, no Pepsi. Just lots of water, lemons. Add lemons in your water to hydrate you faster. And if you're worried about if you want to lose weight, throw some chia seeds in that shit. Okay, chia seeds increases your metabolism. So yeah, let's take a little breather. Welcome to my workshop. Yeah, I Spirit has been pushing me to get all this shit out, and I'm just like, my 2 courses in school that I picked right now, I thought I like did a pretty good job. Oh yeah, 1 math, 1 English. Fucking Shakespeare and like all this statistics and all this formulas and shit. I'm just like, holy fuck. Like, I need a tutor. No, I'm doing all right. It's my midterms coming up, and it's been pretty stressful. But I'm like going through all my notes, and like I'm I'm gaining clarity in my shit. And I'm like okay, we're doing better than we thought. But yeah, a little stressful times right now. But it is what it is. So yeah, so when you're feeling your emotions and you're not sure how to like open up yourself to what you're feeling, start with asking yourself questions. Okay? Asking questions will lead you to answers or lead you to, more questions to ask. But when you ask yourself questions, be prepared to hear something you don't want to hear. Be prepared to find something you're not ready to look at, but like, it needs to be looked at. And then the more questions you ask, you'll learn what kind of questions to ask. And like when English is not your first language, I'm proud to say English is not my first language, like fuck the colonizers' language. But learn once you start asking questions, you'll get the ball rolling, and then like one dot will connect to the next dot and stuff. And so you can just start off with, what am I feeling? Okay. A prayer that I like to speak of sometimes when I'm just like, when I can't get it. I'm just like, because did you know the language you speak in your mind, in your head, your inner dialogue is the language of your great-grandmother, your great-grandmother or your grandmother. So the tongue that your grandmother speaks, like my grandma definitely didn't learn English until later in her life. And so like the language you speak in your mind is not the language you I don't know, it depends how long you've been speaking English, I don't know. But yeah, that's I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, one prayer I say to myself when I just can't get it is, ancestors, universal I, please help me to understand what I am experiencing right now. Please help me understand what I am feeling right now, what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. And then look for the signs, because they're not going to communicate to you. I don't know, unless you're like really, really tapped in and like tuned in, then you can like really hear them. But that takes practice. So when you pray and ask for help, but remember too, when you pray and ask for help and it's quiet and you don't hear anything, that too is a message. That too is, you're not abandoned. They didn't leave you alone, but it's just, they can only guide you to a certain point before they're like, okay, you have to decide what you want to do from here. You have to decide yourself. You got to learn to listen to your inner voice, to your inner compass, to your intuition. You're being put into your practicum. You're being put on the spot, and you got to practice, like you got to practice learning how to walk, learning how to talk, learning how to you're gonna. And remember too, and if you don't know where to start, you have life experiences. You have wisdom from your life experiences. No one can ever take that away from you. So if you don't know how to listen to yourself, just look back at everything you have learned from everything you've gone through. If you've like done the processing and like reflecting and all that stuff. Because no one can ever take away your life experiences. The wisdom you gain from all that you've gone through, like, priceless. Okay, let's take another break. Have a little sip of water. Put down your pen, like, if you've been like taking notes. I don't know, I'd be taking notes. Messy. All right, so for this next part. So we just finished with like asking questions to kind of help you find your way through navigating what you're feeling. With all the new that we're into right now, purging, letting go and leaving behind the old ways, our old ways of thinking, our old ways of doing things, just old ways of just all the old stuff. There's gonna be a grieving process, because it's kind like you're leaving everything behind that you've known, that's you've kind of outgrown, and that's no longer working for you. It worked for you then. It helped you get through whatever you were going through then. But now you have more wisdom, more knowledge. So now you're being put out, you're seeing life from a different lens, from a different perspective, because you've learned a lot more. So now it's like, okay, how do we apply all this? How do we walk? How do we talk? How do we think? It's all changing, and you can feel it. You know you're not the same person. But before you're like there, you got to grieve your old identity. And that can be a little scary, because your identity and everything that you are or were, but like you're changing. So you're not yet a butterfly. You're still in the cocoon. You're no longer a caterpillar. You're not a butterfly yet. You're still in the cocoon. There's a limbo stage. And during this limbo stage, you're going to be grieving and mourning who you once were. But once you've done all the crying, kicking, and screaming, you're like, okay, I'll embrace this change. Okay, I understand, like, I'm growing. You'll then be excited, or like, I hope you will be. You'll start to approach me like, okay, I'm like, be curious, like kind of like, okay, let's explore some things. Let's check some shit out. Let's go play. Let's go learn who this new us is. That was kind of fun to say. Okay, I gotta take another sip. Oh, I'm almost over. My $500 filter water. Fuck yeah. The limbo stage, the integration part, the cocoon stage. And it can be scary because change is scary. And because colonialism kind of tried to teach us to be stationary and stagnant, but like, no, motherfuckers, no, we constantly change and evolve. But I get it though, when you don't, there is pain when you resist change. But there's periods of rest and periods where you can just take a hiatus and fucking fuck off for a little bit and then come back, But like, when we resist change, I get it. Like, I understand, because sometimes you just want to be comfortable. When it's peaceful and you don't want to fucking try new things, and you don't want to fucking like challenge yourself, and you just want to fucking do nothing and just chill like a motherfucker. I get it. I really do. Because when you've just been through so much and it's finally peaceful and quiet after just years of being in survival mode, after just fucking, just a long time of just fighting for yourself, I get it. I was there. Because when I moved into my new place, finally, after 4 years, after going through all these abusive roommates, all these bully roommates, all these, it was awful. If you were in my close circle, you know what I've been through, and you were there for some of it, and I am so sorry for that, but I didn't want to fucking do anything once I moved into my own place, and it was just me, and I don't have to tiptoe around anyone. I don't have to worry about anyone cornering me in the fucking laundry room, fucking backing me up in the motherfucking corner, or like just getting into my face and just like, holy shit. Yeah, just you'll hear my story one day. And hopefully my story will be a survival guide for many others. But when I moved into my own place, for the first 2 weeks of moving into my place, I just did nothing but cry. I just cried and cried for 2 fucking weeks because my body finally felt safe enough to relax. And then as soon as my body wasn't so tense and like wasn't like looking over my shoulder every motherfucking goddamn time, and like I could just relax and feel safe, everything came up. Everything fucking came up, and just in waves though, so I wouldn't die from all that crying. Holy shit, that was a lot of fucking crying, and it was like that was a fucking purge. Holy shit. I felt so fucking good after that, and I'm just so fucking grateful just for having my own place. Holy shit, yeah. I get it though. When you don't want to do fuck all and just chill and relax when it's peaceful, I get it. I get it. But then there's the other part of you that wants to go out and play and learn new things and explore and like push yourself and challenge yourself. You'll get yourself back. Yeah, and there's also that part of you inside that will be like, you're needed in the community, all right? We need you out there, so go out and play, all right? So like, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, if you don't want to do the fucking work, if you just want to fucking chill and do nothing, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I fucked off for a bit too. You know, I went to Southeast Asia. Holy fuck, that was fucking fun. Wow, that was beautiful. Yeah, Vietnam, Bali, like South Korea, like yeah. So just embrace this change that's coming in. Embrace the change that wants to happen. Because remember, our elders spoke of these times that we're living right now. We are our elders' answered prayers, living prayers right now. And there's a responsibility in that. If you sit with that for a bit, I'll let you sit with that for a bit. So also remember, so like just knowing that, know that there's nothing to be afraid of right now. Like fear isn't an illusion. If you've seen my one other video, did I post that? I don't know. I'll make another video on like how to release fear and kind of overcome fear, because fear is an illusion. To help you release fear, come back to love. Self-love, holy shit, that's the whole topic that I want to like touch on, because self-love is what's gonna expedite your integration process. It's gonna like self-love, like just love in general. I'll whenever I'm like sometimes just randomly throughout the day, I'll just say I call in unconditional love, and I always get like that breath of like fresh air. I'm like, because I just feel that like that wave, that love shine down on me. But just know self-love too is knowing who you are and fucking owning that shit. All right, sit by the fire and just contemplate and commend yourself for how far you've come. Be proud of yourself for how far you've come, because holy shit, it wasn't easy getting here. Damn well, holy fuck yeah. Like it just, when I got my place, and when I got approved, a lot of my coworkers, because they've seen me been through a lot of my fucking shit, a couple of my coworkers cried when I got my own place, because they were just so happy because of just like, because they've seen a lot of like what I was going through and shit, and like they like, holy fuck yeah, my job was like, I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for my job in the last 3 years, 3 years. But yeah. So be gentle with yourself. Everyone's journey is going to look different, because everyone's circumstances are different. Everyone has different tools. Everyone just be patient and be gentle with yourself, and remind yourself that everyone you come in contact with is going through something, and they're navigating their way through life with the tools that they learned at like their own pace. So like everyone's at different levels. We're all trying our best. And so like, you know, I think that's just such a beautiful thing, how we're allowing ourselves or we're just giving ourselves space to be around each other. And it's just, yeah. So just, because everyone's journeys is going to look different, don't feel like you got to fit into this cookie cutter bullshit, all right? There's a lot of shit changing within the paradigms. There's a lot of shit changing in society, and like all the like as a collect, I'm going to introduce myself in another video, what I'm doing with my degree and where I want to go with my degree, and like what I'm doing with my jobs right now. Like, I'm at a point in my life where I'm just like, yeah, no, like we're where we were working towards, but like I'm still walking on my Bambi legs. So there's refinement that needs to happen. We're still refining our shit. All right. But like, we're there. You guys, we're here. We're there. The change, the new that's it's here. It's happening. Okay. And we're all doing a fucking good job. All right. So like, be gentle with each other, drink lots of water. I'm going to reiterate that shit, and practice the act of faith before results. Okay. I'll say that again. Practice the act of faith before results. That means believing, belief, yeah. Just believing before you're seeing that shit. I can dive into that a little bit more. But whoa, shit, we're going into 40 minutes. If you lasted this long, holy shit, like, welcome to my podcast. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna finish up here. Yeah, we're on our last page. But practicing the act of faith before results can help you deepen your connection with spirit, okay? They know where you want to go, where you want to be, know that you're already there. It's just on planet Earth, in the 3D, where it's so dense, there's a process. There's stages. There's levels to this to process. Okay. So on that, for the last note, instead of persistence is key. So instead of saying consistency is key, persistence is key. All right. Fuck consistency. Consistency is key, because you're not a fucking robot, all right? You're not a fucking machine. I've hurt myself trying to stay consistent. Persistence is when you take a break, take a rest period, take a fucking hiatus, go travel in the fucking like 3 different countries, but then you come back to it. That's persistence. That resiliency is okay, that's a little different. But persistence is not giving up, coming back to it. And consistency, I don't like that, because you're not a fucking machine, all right? Don't push your fucking selves to the point where you fucking hurt yourself. Like, I'm going on like my 3rd month of my fucking like shoulder injury, and when I just tried to push myself, like, no, persistency is key, okay? Because everyone works at their own pace, okay? Don't rush things. Don't rush, like, just at your own pace. Fuck the rat race. Fuck the, like, just that whole, like, you gotta, like, see the results now. Like, no. Hold on, all right? Hold the fuck up. Because everyone is at their own pace, and, like, we're just chill out for a little bit, okay? It's fucking winter, Relax. Just slowly, slow down, or your body is gonna fucking shut down on you and tell you that you're not fucking slowing down, all right? So we're gonna make you sick, make you burnt out, make you fucking hurt yourself, so that you're gonna be forced to rest, okay? So take time to motherfucking rest. So take your time, build your connection with spirit, and pay attention to what your body is telling you, because your body is smart, and like it's just challenge societal norms, and challenge colonial structures, and just slow down and listen to what your body is telling you. All right. So I'm gonna leave that there. If you've been this far, holy fuck, 45 minutes. All right. I got more videos coming, and I want to touch on like certain topics. Comment what you would like me to expand on, because like with my degree I'm working towards, like I have a huge vision that I'm working towards. You know, it's going to take like a couple of years to get there, but like we're on our way. Okay. So just like, if you have any questions, I'll make another video introducing myself and what I'm doing. And then to give you a better idea of like, what kind of questions you can ask me. But yeah, like, you know, I am here for you. Okay. I got a lot more coming. I'm excited. Be proud of yourself for how far you've come. And, yeah. Okay. I love you guys. Take care and we'll see you soon. Peace out.